Good evening, everybody, and welcome to historic Cardines Field in downtown Newport, Rhode Island, as Game 1 of the George Donnelly Sunset League playoffs is about to begin in just a few moments. It'll be the Scorpions taking on Mudville. Scorpions are the home team tonight. Mudville had to win the playoff game the other day to advance in the playoffs. Offshore was eliminated. Their season came to an end much shorter than they would have originally anticipated. And we'll be right back with pregame coverage after a short break. Welcome back. Thank you for tuning into the stream. Pitching for the Scorpions today, left-handed pitcher Pat Jones. Had 4 appearances on the regular season, 3 of them being starts, as that one's in there for strike 1 to leadoff hitter Austin Davis. Austin won player of the game just a couple nights ago here. Reached base successfully 4 times, none more important than his 2-out, 2 RBI, go-ahead double late in the game that proved to be the dagger. As this one's inside, just misses him. You can find Austin Davis at second base tonight. Bats left-handed. Jones looks in, gets his sign, takes a deep breath, leg kicks, and delivers. High for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Manzo waits on deck, but for now, it's Davis. Breaking ball fouled off into the fence. The pitch. High. Ball 3. And Jones goes into the windup. The payoff pitch. It's going to hit him. It's going to hit Austin Davis in the elbow. He's going to reach first on a leadoff hit by pitch. Well, he wore one in the back less than 48 hours ago. This one grazes the elbow on a payoff pitch. That brings up Chris Manzo. Uses those blue batting gloves. Jones with a runner on comes set. Delivers. Shows bunt. Takes it back for a ball. Checks on the runner, but he's back in plenty of time. 82 degrees here in Newport, Rhode Island. The pitch. Up and in, misses for a ball. Manzo in the driver's seat now, waiting on the 2-0. Breaking ball in there for strike 1. That's a great pitch by Jones to get the count to 2-1. Oh, Harry Zambrano, last year's league MVP, waits on deck. Misses outside for another ball. Swung on and missed for strike 2. Fans still filing in. It's early. We play 9 innings here. Tipped into the catcher's mitt for strike 3 as Manzo goes down swinging for the first out of the inning. That brings up Zambrano. Bats left. The hero of last year's playoffs, looking to start what he anticipates is a deep run for the 2nd year in a row. Scorpions have other plans as that one is in there for strike 1. And Jones comes set. Leg kicks, delivers. Breaking ball in there for strike 2. That one's in there for strike 3. The second out of the inning also comes via strikeout. That brings up the cleanup hitter, Mikey Castillo. He's tied for the team lead in home runs during the regular season. Now finds himself up with 1 on and 2 out. Checks on the runner. Jones delivers. That one's in there for a strike. Mikey Castillo led Mudville in RBIs this year. He's 3rd on the team in walks. Tied for the team lead in plate appearances, but none of that matters anymore. It's the playoffs. Austin Davis reached via hit by pitch to start this inning as he stands there with 2 outs. Breaking ball in there for another called strike. Austin Davis goes. Here's the throw on to second. It's a good one, but it's going to skip away into shallow center field. A stolen base for Davis gets him into scoring position with 2 down. The always dangerous Ferreira waits on deck. Here's the pitch. Chopped foul. Just off to the left of the right-hander's batter's box. Game 1 of the George Donnelly Sunset League playoffs, a league that was established in 1919, one of America's oldest running, continuously running amateur leagues, brings together some of the most highly talented collegiate level and beyond players from around New England. This one's going to get him up high. This one's going to get him in the helmet. It's the second hit by pitch of Jones this inning, and this one is, we're going to have a moment. Everyone's going to come check on Mikey Castillo. That's Tyler Courier coming out of the dugout on the first base side to check on his teammate. That one didn't look good. Was able to get out of the way, maybe deflect it with the shoulder just a little bit, so it wasn't direct contact with the helmet. And Mudville has 2 on with 2 outs, yet to get a hit. They've been hit. Both of the hit by pitches coming with 2 strikes. That sets up Ferreira, today's catcher, batting 5th, left-handed batter. future Hall of Famer of this league, can get a run in with a base hit. Breaking ball misses inside. The delivery from Jones. Fastball outside, misses to bring the count to 2-0. Few changes for the Mudville lineup from their elimination game. We'll tell you about those as the game progresses. In there for a called strike. Breaking ball misses inside. Bring the count to 3-1. Well, the dimensions here at Cardines are very unique. 352 out to the left center gap, 360 to straightaway center, then jets into 321 in the right center gap, then out to 348 near the ivy. Fastball high for ball 4. That'll load the bases. Joe Brooks is going to go out and have a pitching conference with his young pitcher, try to settle him down, remind him that he's just 1 out away from getting out of this. This is a fairly self-inflicted jam with a hit by pitch, and a walk setting this up. Borges is Mudville's 6th batter to bat this inning. They have not scored a run. So that brings up manager-player Matty Borges. He's 3rd on the team in RBIs this season with 14. Batted .347 with a .441 on-base percentage. He was league MVP back in 2008. One of the more battle-tested veterans you'll see in this league as he greets Jones. The first pitch. Breaking ball misses low for a ball. Well, a single should drive in 2 runs, but if you're Jones, you're thinking strikeout, ground out, pop out as this one skied to shallow right center field. The center fielder, Kearns, makes the catch for the 3rd out of the inning. The threat is extinguished. We will head to the bottom of the 1st in a 0-0 game. Welcome back to Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island, as the Scorpions offense will go to work against Mudville right-handed pitcher J.J. Lucido, who had a very lengthy deposition in Burlington, Massachusetts the other day, forcing him to skip lunch. Goes into that vintage-style windup. Chopped, left side. This is Manzo. Gets it on the second hop. Double clutches, throws the first. Smiley picks it out of the dirt. It gets away from him. It's going to be a leadoff infield single for Snow. Oh, Manzo fielded that one cleanly. Snow trucking all the way down. A little shortstop on shortstop crime there as he legs it out. And that ball gets away from Smiley briefly. I believe he deserves a hit on that, but I am not the official scorekeeper. I'm not even sure if I'm the official announcer. Also, JJ's got one on. Here's Desolates, the DH today, a dangerous hitter, as he looks at strike one, grabs the inside corner. Danny Desolates had 24 hits this year, 3 of them being doubles. Here's the pitch. That one's in there for strike 2. Oh, you may have noticed my co-host Andrew Whalen is taking the night off. Went to Old Timers Day at Yankee Stadium yesterday and just appears to be a little tuckered out today. So we hope you're watching from home, Andrew. Here's the shoot down to second base. Snow's in there. Safe. For a second stolen base of the game already. We've had 3 outs recorded in this game, 2 stolen bases between the teams combined, as Danny Desolates now finds a guy in scoring position. Nobody out. Danny, no stranger to driving his teammates in. He led the Scorpions in RBIs this year with 14. Blocked by Ferreira as that pitch misses badly. Wind blowing straight out to center field slightly. JJ comes set, checks on his runner again. The delivery. That one's high for another ball. Bring the count full. Well, JJ pitched 21 2/3 innings this year. Had an ERA of 2.9 with a whip of 1.84. Struck out 28 batters in those 21 2/3 innings. Walking only 8. Checks his runner and delivers. Ground ball right back at him. He's going to nab it. Throw it to third base. It's a good throw, and he runs into the tag. That's Albizu over there who lays the tag on the runner Snow for the first out of the inning. Well, that brings up the always dangerous Quinn Murphy. He was the one that made the catch to end last inning. It was not Henry Kearns, who waits on deck. Both are tremendous outfielders, and you can see why it confused them. Only difference is one bats lefty and one bats righty. The pitch. Breaking ball misses badly. Desolates gets his lead off first base. He's out at first. I wasn't. Well, now there's 2 outs here in the first inning. Murphy looking to restart this rally as a couple of base running blunders by the Scorpions have retired the first 2 batters who were able to reach base. Here's the pitch. Lined right at the first baseman. Smiley gets on the second hop in a slight foot race with the runner, but he will tag first for the 3rd out of the inning. We'll be right back for the second in a scoreless ball game. Welcome back to Cardines Field here in Newport, Rhode Island, as a couple of base running blunders from the Scorpions extinguished their own rally in the bottom half of the first. So welcome to the top of the second. My name's TJ BROGLE. I'll be your host all night. Thank you very much for joining us. We are live from Cardines Field, a ballpark that was built over 100 years ago. Now, if you're in the area, come on down. Wherever you're checking in on the stream, we want to say thank you. As the first pitch to Andrew Smiley is a breaking ball that misses inside. Andrew Smiley, another one of these battle-tested veterans, batted .278 in the regular season with a .395 on-base percentage as he skies this one foul straight back. That one's going to rattle off Bay 3 of the firehouse that's located directly across the street. I'm sure they're watching. Feel free to walk that one back over. The pitch. Breaking ball is going to miss inside and go all the way to the backstop. And Andrew Smiley calls time. Perhaps Jones taking a little bit longer than he felt comfortable with, so he'll reset his internal clock and think about what's going on. The pitch. Fastball low and away to bring the count to 3-1. So Andrew Smiley finds himself in a classic best swing or no swing situation as he looks to be a headlight for his team. Lefty-lefty matchup. The pitch. That one's going to catch the outside corner for strike 2 to bring the count full. Here's the 3-2. Fouled off to spoil another one. Oh, this will be the 8th pitch of the lengthy at-bat by the veteran Smiley as he faces Jones. The payoff pitch. That's going to miss up and in for ball 4, a leadoff walk. Well, that brings up Joe Michael, the center fielder for Mudville 9 tonight. He's one of the new additions into this lineup from the one-game play-in that we had here the other night that Mudville came out on top 10-8, eliminating Offshore. Welcome back, Joe Michael. First pitch is fouled off back towards the street. That one's going to head south towards the Brenton Hotel. Jones checks on his runner and delivers. Swung on and missed at a ball in the dirt for strike 2. Joe Michael batted .313 in the regular season with an identical on-base percentage, an OPS of .813. That one's in there for strike 3 for the first out of the inning. Well, that brings up Josh Albizu, today's third baseman. Another new face in the lineup from their elimination game as he swings and misses at the first pitch for strike 1. The 1-1. Swung on and missed for strike 2. Jones ahead quickly 1-2. Just swung on and missed for strike 3, so back-to-back strikeouts for Jones. That brings up Jackson the Jackshammer Gervais. He'll be in right field tonight, batting 10th. Rounding out this lineup. Jackson with those greenish teal batting gloves, red arm sleeve, similar cleats. Breaking ball in the dirt for ball one. Check swing in there for a called strike.
You do you, but I mean, I just...
In there for strike two. Jones pounding the zone this inning, attacking these Mudville hitters. Here's the pitch. Misses high for ball two. Jackson Gervais batted .238 in the regular season with an unbelievable on-base percentage of .396. Absolutely unheard of from a bottom-of-the-lineup hitter as he swung on and missed for strike three. Jones strikes out the side in the top of the second. We'll be right back. Welcome back to historic Cardines Field. We are live from Newport, Rhode Island tonight in Game 1 of the George Donnelly Sunset League playoffs as Henry Kearns leads off for the Scorpions. He's batting cleanup tonight, playing right field. The pitch from Lucido. Swung on and squibbed to the first baseman, Smiley, who drops down to a knee and steps on the bag for the first out of the inning. Well, we were going to tell you Henry's unbelievably good offensive stats, but they'll have to wait. As that brings up Cam Wilbur, another one of these tremendous hitters that the Scorpions have. Had 13 walks on the season. Batted .286 with a .463 on-base percentage. He's a big part of their success. JJ likes what Ferreira puts down, goes into that vintage windup, and delivers. Strike one. You can find Wilbur behind the plate tonight. Swung on and missed for a strike two. Quickly down 0-2. The pitch misses high for a ball. That's a good waste pitch by Lucido. Goes into the windup and the pitch. Yanks that one in the dirt for ball 2 to bring the count even. Well, he was ahead of Wilbur 0-2. Now it's 2-2. 1 out, nobody on. Here's the delivery. Line. This one's deep, way deep. It's going to be foul off the building in right field just behind our scoreboard. Just a little ahead of that one. Cam had a .912 OPS this year. Also has a steal on the season. The 2-2. This one's going to find the hole on the right side of the infield for a base hit. So Wilbur's bat stays hot as he passes the torch to Miller. That's David Miller. Had 12 hits on the season, 11 of them being singles. Miller's the first baseman tonight. He can play multiple positions, though, as Lucido checks on the runner, but nothing doing over there. Lucido comes set and delivers. Grounded right back at him. He's going to field it. Throws it to second base. Manzo will get the force out, and that's all they'll get. Well, Lucido had to have quick reflexes on that one. Fields it cleanly. Fires kind of a low ball to Manzo, who was able to body it up, step on the bag, and get the guaranteed first out. Now there's 2 away. That brings up Casey DiLorenzo. Had a home run on the season. Tied for 3rd on the team in RBIs with 10. An astonishing 10 walks and 52 plate appearances. That one's in there for a called strike 1. Well, a long way to go here in a scoreless ball game. This is the George Donnelly Sunset League, established in 1919. So that one's in there for a called strike to bring the count to 0-2. The pitch. That one's going to miss. Up and away on the right-handed batter. Lights shining bright as the sun sets over Cardines. We're located directly across the street from the Marriott Hotel. Fouled off the right side of the field. Manager Joe Brooks, coaching 3rd, led his team to a 2 seed in the regular season. And that's why they're the home team tonight against Mudville. Here's the pitch. That one misses low. A lot of base runners early in this one. That one misses high for another ball. As JJ gives himself a little bit of a pep talk out there to himself. Prometheus waits on deck, but for now it's DiLorenzo. The runner will be in motion on the pitch. There he goes. Here's the pitch. This one's going to be fouled off on the right side over the dugouts. Runner will have to return to first base and reset. And Wilbur will be off with the pitch again. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the second. Scoreless ball game. There he goes. Here's the pitch. Ground ball. Manzo, his only play is the first base on this one. Takes 2 shuffles to the bag and throws him out for the 3rd out of the inning. Manzo's only play was the first base on that with the runner going, and we'll be right back for the 3rd inning. Welcome back to Cardines as we have a scoreless game going into the top of the 3rd. Back to the top of the order for Mudville leadoff hitter Austin Davis, the second baseman. Lined into right field. This one's going to get down for a leadoff single for Austin Davis. As Kearns fields it on a hop, throws it into his cutoff man. But Mudville's in business with a leadoff single. Let me take you around the defense for the Scorpions. You can find Promidis in left field, Quinn Murphy in center field, and Henry Kearns over in right field. As that brings up Manzo for the 2nd time tonight. 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Shows bunt, gets it down. It's a great bunt. Jones's only play is the first base, and he will throw him out to advance Davis to second base on the sacrifice bunt. Coming into the infield now, Lindskog is the 3rd baseman. Snow is the shortstop. DiLorenzo is the 2nd baseman. And Miller is the 1st baseman. Behind the plate tonight, it's Wilbur. And on the mound now, as I mentioned earlier, it's Jones, the tough left-hander. Delivers his first pitch to Zambrano that misses outside for a ball. Davis takes his lead off second base. Nobody holding him. Jones comes set, gives him a look. Fires home. Ground ball. Foul. Well, with 1 out and nobody holding him on, Davis can get a huge lead on second base. The pitch. Breaking ball misses badly inside to bring the count to 2-1. Jones delivers. Fouled off by Zambrano. As I mentioned before, Harry Zambrano, the 2025 league MVP, playing on the team that won the championship. He's done a good job of defending his MVP selection this year with a massive offensive year, as this one misses inside to bring the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 1 on in a scoreless ball game. That one misses inside for a ball 4, not by much. It looked like a pretty good pitch, but probably inside by about a ball length or 2. Well, that brings up Mikey Castillo with 2 on and 1 out. As I mentioned before, Mikey is tied for the team lead in home runs on Mudville. A 3-way tie. Lined into left field. That's a base hit. Austin Davis will be held up at third base. It is just a hard single for 90 as his Mudville teammates move up 90 feet each. And that'll bring up Jake Ferreira with the bases loaded and 1 out. That ball was smoked into left field, only about 2 or 3 feet away from Lindskog over there. Just out of his range a little bit. But it was hit so hard that Austin Davis, who had a big lead on second, could not score. Now Jones will go back into the windup. The first pitch. Breaking ball misses inside. Here's the pitch by Jones. Swung on and missed by Ferreira for strike 1. Manager Matty Borges waits on deck. The pitch. Breaking ball, lined. Oh, it's going to bounce off the umpire. It's going to bounce off the umpire and ricochet into center field. 1 run's already in. Here comes the throw to the plate. 2 runs are in for Mudville. They take the lead on a funny play. And they're going to send him back to third base as it is umpire's interference. All runners will advance 90 feet. But nonetheless, Ferreira gets the job done, drives in the first run of the game for either side as Mudville takes the lead 1-0 on a hard hit ball by Ferreira. Looked like it might have been a double play ball on a 1-hopper to the shortstop. Ricochets off the umpire's foot. I'm sure that didn't feel good. And ricochets into shallow left center field. Throw comes home, but nonetheless, they put him back at third base. So only 1 run scores on the blown play. This one misses inside for ball 1. So here's Borges with that yellow dovetail that he sports. 1 run already in this inning. Mudville runners every direction you look. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. It's a good one in there for strike 1 to bring the count even. That was a terrific pitch by Jones to keep the Mudville manager guessing at the plate. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed for a strike 2. Well, now if you're Borges, you're going to be thinking about shortening up, put the ball in the air, let Zambrano run his way to home on a tag play. If you're Jones, you're thinking strikeout, ground ball right at someone. Breaking ball is going to miss outside for ball 2. Not by much. Just kind of wrapped around the plate a little bit. He's got a lot of movement on that pitch. It looked pretty good, but home plate umpire says nope. Fouled off to stay alive. Joe Brooks, the Scorpions manager, looking on, looking for a way for his team to battle their way out of this. The 2-2 misses up and away to bring the count full. As I mentioned before, Borges was tied for third on the team in RBIs. None of that matters now. It's the postseason. Everybody resets to 0. The 3-2. Swung on and missed for strike 3 for the second out of the inning. So here's Andrew Smiley looking to extend this inning. Jones has other plans as the breaking ball misses inside for ball 1. The 1-0. That's going to hit him. That's going to hit Andrew Smiley in the back, and Mudville's going to score their second run of the inning. That's his third hit by pitch of the game. None more costly than that one, as all the runners will advance 90 feet. So a lot of traffic in the first two innings for Mudville against Jones. That brings up Joe Michael, the center fielder, who struck out in his last at-bat. Wears number 96 in that blue helmet. Looking to go to work, shoot the gap, let his teammates run their legs off. Jones is 1 out away from getting out of this jam. Full windup and delivers. Fouled straight back at me. Thankfully, there's a fence. Big hole on the left side of the infield. Now shortstop takes a couple strides to his right to close it. The pitch. Swung on and missed in the dirt for strike two. Jones way up now, 0-2. Can pretty much do anything on this pitch. Here it is. Swung on and missed for strike three. Threat extinguished, but 2 runs are in for Mudville as they take the lead 2-0. We'll be right back for the home half of the third. Welcome back to historic Cardines Field, live from Newport, Rhode Island, located across the street from the aquarium, diagonal from the bus terminal. I'm your host, TJ BROGLE. Thank you very much for joining us in a 2-0 ball game. That brings up Prometheus. It's one of the shiniest white helmets you'll ever see. Maybe he just got it today. I'll ask him after the game. Crushed. Left field. Zambrano's got a beat on it, but has to go back. Makes the catch in front of the Riverhead sign for the first out of the inning. Allowed first out. Prometheus tagged that ball, just had a little too much topspin on it. That's the first out of the inning. That brings up Dylan Dombro. He's the EH tonight. Swung on and missed for strike one. JJ Lucido, number 98, goes into the delivery. The pitch. Lined into center field for a one-out single. Well, Dylan Dombro's hit was not as hard as Prometheus, but that one finds real estate. Gets in there for a one-out single. That one's in the dirt for ball one to the number 10 hitter, Lindskog, the second baseman. Darnbro had 0 stolen bases on the season. I do not anticipate him going at any point during this at-bat, as that one's fouled off into the fence. Caden Lindskog batted .161 during the regular season with a .316 on-base percentage. That one just misses to bring the count to 2-1. Lindskog led the Scorpions in runners left on base this season. He's got a big hole on the right side of the infield. Shooting that gap would help Darnbro go from first to third, setting up a big inning, but we have a long way to go until then. That one misses low. Bring the count to 3-1 as a little bit of frustration sets in for Lucido after that pitch. Not sure he could lose any more buttons on that jersey. It's pretty low. It is hot out, but not too hot that you shouldn't make your way down here and check out this hot action. The 3-1. That one's in there for a strike as it pops out of Ferreira's glove. That brings the count full with one down. I still do not anticipate Darnbro moving on the pitch, but I've been wrong maybe once or twice this year. Here's the pitch. Fouled off, and he'll see another one. That was a good competitive fastball by Lucido, one of his best pitches yet. It was spoiled by the 10-hitter Lindskog as he battles his way through this. Looks like he's seeing it well. Sports that half-black, half-blue Marucci bat. He is in contention for best bat of the day. We'll let you know if anyone takes the lead on him. The 3-2. Check swing. Home plate umpire Ronaldo says, yes, you did go. That is strike 3 for the second out of the inning. Back to the top of the order for Snow. Had a beautiful single in the first inning. Advanced to second on a stolen base. He's as dangerous as they come. Trevor Snow batted .390 in the regular season with a remarkable .486 on-base percentage and OPS just under 1.1. And a pair of steals to go along with it. 2 on, 1 out. 2-0 ball game. Low and away for ball one. Not sure what JJ was asking there. That pitch missed badly. It's not like he was saying, was I just out or was it just down? What was it? That pitch was nowhere close. This is going to be a tough play by Albizu, who goes for the pick, and it bounces out of his glove. I'm not sure how the official scorer will score that one. I would give Snow his second hit of the game, but I am not the official scorer. I'm just a man with a microphone sitting about 30 feet behind home plate, calling it the way I see it. My opinion has no bearing on anything that happens in the George Donnelly Sunset League. So the Scorpions have a little bit of a rally going with 2 on and 2 out, bringing up one of the most dangerous hitters in the league. He grounded to the pitcher, who threw out the lead runner at third base, was able to reach first base via fielder's choice. Now finds himself up as the go-ahead run. That one's right in there for strike one. Looked to be a little up and in, but it nicks the top right corner of the zone, says home plate umpire Ronaldo. That's ball one. As I mentioned before, Deslet's had 24 hits on the season, 3 of them being doubles. Teammate Quinn Murphy waits on deck, looking to do damage himself. Lucido has other plans. The pitch. Lined into left field. This is going to get down. Zambrano fields it. He's going to bobble it just a little, and Third base coach Joe Brooks will send his runner home for the first run of the game by the Scorpions. That ball was laced into left field by Deslitz. Looked like initially he had the stop sign up, but then saw Zambrano kind of bobble it a little bit and got about 3 or 4 feet away from him. And Joe Brooks started with the windmill, sending his runner home. And we have a 1-run ball game here at Cardines. That brings up Murphy. Today's center fielder bats left-handed. 1 run already in this inning as that one swung on and missed for strike 1. Quinn Murphy batted an astonishing .500 with a .625 on-base percentage in the regular season with an OPS of 1.458. Barry Bonds-esque. He also bats left-handed. That one's in there for strike 2 to bring the count quickly to 0-2. Well, he swung at the first pitch and missed, and takes another fastball right in the zone. Quickly 0-2. In the dirt and blocked by Ferreira to bring the count to 1-2. Quinn Murphy plays at the University of Maine, a highly competitive college located in Maine. The pitch. Chopped. Foul. Bounces off the tarp and out of play onto the scoreboard. Murphy represents the great town of Barrington, Rhode Island. Here's the pitch. Up and in, just misses him. Lucido comes set. Here's the delivery. That one's going to be blocked by Ferreira. The runner's going to go, and all runners will advance 90 feet. That puts the go-ahead run in scoring position for Quinn Murphy. And when we return to play, the count will be full. Lucido looks into Ferreira, likes what he puts down, comes set. Here's the payoff pitch. Check swing will be outside for ball 4. Well, that brings up the always dangerous Henry Kearns. Can play all 3 outfield positions, also pitches. Led his team in walks during the regular season. He's got unbelievably good vision, and this is the right guy, right spot, as we say in this business. First pitch is in there for strike 1. This is possibly the biggest spot of the season for Henry Kearns, who plays with Quinn Murphy at the University of Maine. They are teammates. Lucido goes into the windup, delivers, ball in the dirt outside. Kearns from Warwick, Rhode Island, Murphy from Barrington, Rhode Island. Both found themselves up in Maine and then playing their summer ball down here in the George Donnelly Sunset League together. Biggest spot of the season for either of them. Here's the pitch from Lucido. In there for strike 2. It's a steal of home. He steals home. And the ball ricochets out of play. All runners will advance 90 feet. The 1-2 pitch catches him sleeping, and the runner advances home. Timing him out on third base every pitch. Finally, before the 4th pitch of the at-bat is delivered, he decides to turn on the jets and go for it. We have a tie ball game at Cardines in Rhode Island. Now the go-ahead run waits patiently, or we think patiently, on third base with 2 outs. Here's the 1-2. Just misses outside for a ball. Lucido is halfway into the dugout after that one. Thought he had him on strike 3. Home plate umpire Ronaldo says, no, you didn't. The 2-2. Fouled into the mid for strike 3, but the damage has been done by the Scorpions. This game is 2-2 as we head to the 4th, live, Cardines Field, Newport, Rhode Island, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to Cardines in a tie ball game as the first pitch to Albizu is looked at for ball 1. Albizu, the third baseman, absolutely flies on the bases. The pitch from Jones misses high for ball 2. So the last time Jones was on the mound, his team was trailing 2-0. Now finds himself in a tie ball game, which washes away the handful of walks and hit by pitches that got him in a jam. This one's poked down the left field line. This is going to be extra bases for Albizu. He turns on the Jets. Here comes the throw to the cutoff man. It's a stand-up double for Josh Albizu to get Mudville going in the top of the 4th. A 2-0 fastball is washed out down the left field line. That brings up Jackson Gervais, best beard in the league. Chopped foul. Albizu with a little bit of a modest lead on second base. Second baseman is creeping in. It's his bag. Now he extends it just a little bit, but still very modest as Gervais goes to work here. That one's in there for strike two to bring the count to 0-2. Gervais struck out swinging in his last at-bat in the second. Finds himself up here in the fourth with a man in scoring position. Top of the order waits on deck. Fouled off to spoil the 0-2. That was a great pitch by Jones. Pound in the zone. He seems to be very locked in now. 7 strikeouts on the night for Jones. 7 of the 9 outs retired via strikeout. Gervais waits on the 0-2. Swung on and missed for strike 3. That'll make it 8. Well, that brings up Austin Davis for the 3rd time tonight. It's only the top of the 4th inning. Austin Davis represents the great city of Hollywood, Florida. Played his college ball at Flagler. Made his way up 95 to CCRI. Now finds himself in the George Donnelly Sunset League. Breaking ball misses inside for ball 1. Jones delivers. Another breaking ball. This one much better as it's in there for strike 1. As Commissioner Chris LaRose just mentioned to me off camera, Austin represents the National Guard. Chopped foul. He's going to be frustrated with that one. That looked like a pretty good pitch to hit. Austin also played a couple years at CCRI, leads Mudville, or he's tied for the lead in home runs on Mudville with Mikey Castillo and Harry Zambrano during the regular season. None of that matters now. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball in there for strike 3, looking for the 9th strikeout from Jones. Oh, here's Manzo. Sacrifice bunted in his last at-bat. A beautiful sacrifice bunt to the first base side. Jones only had one play, and that was to go to first. Here's the pitch. That one's taken high for a ball. Albizu checking on the shortstop, seeing where he is. He's trying to get his best lead, still fairly modest. Here's the pitch. That one's going to be outside for another ball. Albizu led this inning off with a double, now finds himself still on second base with 2 outs. The pitch. Fouled off to bring the count to 2-1. Little bit of a handcuff job there on Manzo as he swung at a ball that was inside on him, to say the least. Here's the pitch by Jones. Breaking ball, and it's nasty in there for strike 2 to bring the count even. Seagulls off in the distance. This is the home of the Newport Gulls. That one misses outside for a ball to bring the count full. Manny Ferreira has snuck into the ballpark. He's off to my right, coming over to give Commissioner Chris Rose a tongue lashing, but he'll make a pit stop at my booth before. Manny, I'll talk to you later. Here's the pitch, fouled off into the protective netting. And when I say this ballpark is available for free to all fans, I mean it. And Manny heard it and came down to check out what's going on. Here's the payoff. That's going to be ball 4 and skip behind the catcher. Nothing doing as Albizu will remain at second base. That brings up 2025 MVP Harry Zambrano in a tie ball game with runners on. 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Cardines Field, Newport, Rhode Island. Misses up and away for a ball. Jones has electric stuff on the mound. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball in there for a strike to Zambrano, who wears number 99. That was not the year he was born in. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed for a strike 2. Harry Zambrano batted .368 with a .544 on-base percentage in the regular season. Had 6 steals, 3 home runs. Now finds himself in a 1-2 count. Breaking ball, chop, right side. Takes a wild hop. The second baseman handles it well and throws him out by a step at first base for the 3rd out of the inning. We'll be right back for the home half of the 4th, live from Cardines Field, Newport, Rhode Island. Welcome back to Cardines Field in a tie ball game as we head to the home half of the 4th inning. To greet Lucido to start the inning will be David Miller. Cam Wilbur. I'm hot tonight, locked in per usual. Ground ball. Right side, right at Austin Davis. He will shuffle to first and throw him out by a couple of steps for the 1st out of the inning. Well, 1 pitch, 1 out. Sure that makes Lucido happy after throwing probably 30-plus pitches last inning in his most labor-intensive inning so far. So that really brings up David Miller, the first baseman tonight. In there for strike 1. Miller had 12 hits in the regular season, 1 double. Swung on and missed for strike 2. He'll take a second off behind the right-hander's batter's box to kind of think about what's going on, maybe reset, shorten up, put it in play. The 0-2. Popped up, right side. A lot of room over there. Smiley goes over. He'll make the catch in front of the scoreboard and top for the 2nd out of the inning. So quickly, 2 down here brings up DiLorenzo, the second baseman. And his Scorpions teammates cheering him on, saying, "We're not done yet. Let's get this going with 2 down." Batted 171 in the regular season with a 346 on base percentage. Lucido in the windup and delivers. Strike one at the letters. Here's the 0-1. Almost the identical pitch, but that one misses for ball one. Lucido in the windup, delivers. Missed for strike three. Scorpions go down 1-2-3 in the home half of the fourth. We'll be right back for the fifth and a tie ball game. Welcome back to the always beautiful and timeless Cardines Field, located right here in downtown Newport, Rhode Island, where we have Game 1 action of the George Donnelly Sunset League playoffs kicking off. Find our schedule online. Follow our Instagram, GDSL 1919, as Mikey Castillo steps in to greet Jones, the left-handed pitcher. Ground ball. Left side. This is going to be a tough play for the third baseman. Throws across the diamond for the first out of the inning. Oh, one pitch, one out for the second straight half of the inning. Mikey Castillo hits a hard ground ball to the left side, throws across the diamond, and there's one down. That's going to be it for Jones. Joe Brooks is going to go to his bullpen. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Cardines, as the new pitcher is Lewinsky. And we have a special guest here in the booth, Mudville 9 relief pitcher Connor Marley. How you doing, Connor?
Good, TJ. How are you?
I'm hanging in there. No complaints at the moment. We saw you pitch the other night in an elimination game. You came in with the bases loaded and I believe 1 out. A little bit of a rocky start. You settled down, had a scoreless 8th, and the Mudville 9 came out victorious. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I came in with bases loaded and, unfortunately gave up a few there. But, we went down and then the boys picked me up, put up some runs the next inning, and then I came back through a scoreless 8th, and then Brendan McCaffrey shut it down in the 9th for us and got the win.
McCaffrey got the save in an elimination game ending offshore season. You have been a multi-inning workhorse out of the bullpen for Mudville. In fact, you lead their team in innings pitched, as that is ball 4 to Ferreira. You lead their team in innings pitched, and you've started no games. Talk about your role and how you've developed over this year.
Yeah, I've just been showing up to every game, pitching almost every game, and doing whatever Maddie asked of me. So, just ready to pitch in any role I'm asked to pitch, and just having a good time.
I do anticipate we'll see you at some point tonight out of the bullpen. I'm not sure if it'll be multi-innings or maybe in a closer's role. How's your arm on a scale of 1 to 10 rest-wise?
It's feeling like a 10.
And that is not great news for the Scorpions, as this bullpen is deadly. Manager Matt Borges pops up to the right side. First baseman calls for it, and he will make the catch for the second out of the inning. Before I let you go, who should we expect a big game out of offensively from Mudville tonight in the second half of the game?
I'm expecting Harry Zambarano have a good second half of the game, put up some big hits for us.
Thank you very much, Connor. He represents the great college of Hamilton in New York. Do you have anyone you want to give a shout-out to on the broadcast?
I'll give a shout-out to my parents and my grandparents watching in the crowd right now, so thank you.
That's Connor Marley, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us, Connor. Look forward to watching you pitch tonight and beyond.
Thank you, TJ.
As Andrew Smiley fouls that one off for strike 1. Well, we can close the book on Pat Jones for the night. The runner will advance to second base on the wild pitch. Jones went 4 1/3 innings, struck out an unbelievable 9 hitters tonight, walked 2, hit 3 batters, and he's responsible for 2 runs as he departs after getting the first out here in the top of the 5th. And the Scorpions are in their bullpen early as that one misses outside to bring the count to 2-1. Manager Joe Brooks came out to the mound, told his pitcher, great job, good job. And he's going to pass the torch off to his loaded bullpen of arms. The pitch. This one's going to hit Smiley. This one's going to hit him in the right arm, and he's not happy about it. He's furious as he makes his way down to first base. Hit him right in the tricep. Batting gloves go flying. Elbow guard goes flying, and here comes the ankle guard. And that ankle guard might have made its way into the stands. That is not a souvenir for you to keep if it did. Well, Ferreira on second. Smiley on first base. His mustache with him. That brings up Joe Michael. 0 for 2 on the night with 2 strikeouts. Playing center field tonight. And he'll face a new pitcher for the Scorpions. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 1. Well, Joe Michael sets up with an 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. Chopped. Left side. This one's going to be a tough play for the third baseman. He picks it, double clutches, throws across the field. For the third out at first base, an unbelievable play by the third baseman. It was a do-or-die play. He fields it, double clutches, throws a strike over to the first baseman for the third out of the inning. Threat extinguished. We'll be right back in a tie ball game. Welcome back to Cardines Field here in Newport, Rhode Island, as the Scorpions threaten in the home half of the fifth. Everything happening with 2 outs, but no runs scored after a fly out to shallow right field by Murphy. That was a big jam that Lucido got out of, as this one's popped up. Shortstop ranging over. He'll make the catch for the first out of the inning. Albizu retired. Score that one an F6 if you're scoring at home. I'm sure many of you are. Well, that brings up Jackson Gervais, the 10-hitter tonight, as he finds himself up with 1 away and nobody on. In there to quickly bring the count to 0-2. This is Ben Nowinski pitching for the Scorpions. The 0-2. Breaking ball outside for a ball. Well, Jackson, one of the tougher guys to get out in this league. The 1-2. That one's going to miss high to bring the count back to even in 2. He's 0 for 2 on the night with 2 strikeouts. Typically been known to put the ball in play. Here's the 2-2 with 1 away. Fouled off. Look out! Still a long way to go in this one. This game has lived up to the hype. Tie ball game, top of the 6th. Look out as this one nearly clips him. That one just kind of slipped out of Nowinski's hand. That'll bring the count full on a very loud ball. I just want to remind everybody, this one's popped up. Remind you in a minute, pitcher calls for the ball, and that ball's going to bounce off his glove and ricochet out of play. Jackson's going to reach first on the E1 with 1 down. Sounded like I heard multiple Scorpions calling for it, but the last one I heard was the pitcher, Ben Nowinski, and a tough play kind of drifted towards first at the last minute, popped out of the palm of his glove and bounced into shallow over the line between home plate and first base about halfway. So Jackson finds himself on via error. And that's 1 out for Austin Davis to check in. Misses outside for ball 1. Austin Davis drives a Dodge pickup truck. Uses a red helmet, nicknamed the Hoss. Here's the pitch. Fouled off out of play towards the bus terminal at over 100 miles an hour off the bat. So if you're just getting off the bus and going to make your way down to Cardines, you might have a little present waiting for you in the parking lot. Pick it up, bring it over. Do not ask for autographs. Just kindly return it to the umpires. This one's laced into right field for a base hit. Gervais will advance 90 feet on the single by Austin Davis. And Mudville quickly with 2 on and 1 out. Well, that brings up Chris Manzo, who was MIA for a couple weeks. He went on a cruise to Aruba and decided he liked it so much he'd stay there and miss his return boat back. Had a beautiful sacrifice bunt earlier in this game. Also had a sacrifice bunt in the elimination game. And he fouls the first pitch off out of play off to the right-hand side. We're glad to have Chris back. We did have wanted and missing posters posted up all around Newport looking for him. Turns out he was just on Block Island with not enough money to get home on the ferry. That one's going to be in there for strike 2 to quickly bring the count to 0-2. Manzo had a little bit of a tough inning defensively last inning, a pair of infield singles, but his pitcher got him out of the jam. The 0-2. Misses outside for ball one. That's a great pitch. That's a tough pitch to take. He must have been confident it was off the plate. Gervais on second. Austin Davis on first. Nowinski working at lightning fast pace. Delivers. Fouled straight back to keep the count at 1-2. Zambrano waits on deck, hoping to have a man in scoring position. For now, it's Manzo. A tough out. Chopped. Left side. This is going to be a tough play for the shortstop. He'll get the first out at second. On to first base to complete the double play. Threat extinguished just like that. Scorpions defense showing off the leather. We'll be right back from Cardines for the home half of the sixth. Welcome back to Cardines Field as the sounds of Duran Duran fill the airwaves for the fans to enjoy as we head to the home half of the sixth in a 2-2 ball game. This is the George Donnelly Sunset League playoffs, a league that started in 1919, one of America's oldest continuously run amateur leagues, as this ball is fouled off out of play on the third base side. Lucido quickly finds himself ahead 0-1 to the right fielder, Henry Kearns. Kearns led his team in walks this year with an unbelievable 25. His vision at the plate is unmatched. Another one of these highly competitive collegiate level players that make their way down here to the George Donnelly Sunset League to get their reps in, perfect their craft before heading back to their respective schools. Swung on and missed for another strike. The boys call him Hank and I call him the GOAT. Henry Kearns faces a 1-2 count to start off this bottom of the sixth. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed for strike three. That's the first out of the inning. That's a big out for Lucido, who strikes out one of the tougher players and hitters we have in this league. That brings up Wilbur, the catcher, known to hit bombs himself. Bats left-handed. This one's a line drive over the second baseman's head and into right field for a one-out single. Number 27 finds a barrel and laces one into right field for a base hit. That brings up David Miller, who had a 333 on-base percentage in the regular season. Misses low for a ball. Outside as well. Lucido so far has gone 5 1/3 innings, allowed 2 runs. Now finds himself in the home half of the 6th with a runner on and 1 away as this one's fouled off. That's home plate umpire Ronaldo throwing up the peace sign behind home plate at the camera. Or maybe he was just asking for a couple of baseballs. I am not sure. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Checks on the runner at first, but nothing doing there. He's back in plenty of time. Not a particularly big lead over there, but he is a threat to go. JJ knows that. Checking on him just to keep it honest. Here's the pitch. That one's in there for a strike 3 for the second out of the inning. That'll bring up DiLorenzo. Casey batted .171 on the regular season with a .346 on-base percentage. Uses an orange Marucci bat. Looking to extend this inning. That one misses high for ball 1. Lucido's got to be getting tired out there. He's probably nearing the 100-pitch mark. One of his longest outings of the season. Here's the pitch. That one's yanked low for a ball. The 90th pitch from Lucido on the night. Mudville bullpen is full of power arms, but manager Matty Borges is still riding his starter late into the game. Lucido looks in for the sign. Lead on first is the same as it was at the beginning of the at-bat. Here's the pitch. Smoked. Deep center. Joe Michael going back, sets his feet. He'll make the catch for the 3rd out of the inning. A very loud out. And we'll be right back for the 7th inning. Fans are still filing in here as the count is 1-1. Here's the pitch. Smoked foul. Off to the Firehouse side of the field. Admission to this game is free. Parking is limited. Come on down if you're not here already. Whether you're watching the game at home in your living room with your family, thank you very much. Maybe you're at work with the phone or tablet propped up, just trying to kill some time watching hot George Donnelly Sunset League playoff action. Ground ball, right side. Austin Davis going to field it, and he's going to bobble it. He's going to bobble it. That's going to be an infield hit or an error to get this Scorpions offense going. That brings up Dylan Dombro, another one of these highly competitive hitters that the Scorpions have. Their lineup seems endless when it comes to players that can find barrels. And JJ looked like he got his ground ball to get the first out of the inning, but slightly mishandled by Davis. As now there is a man on first with nobody out. Big lead over there at first. That's Prometheus. As he'll go back as JJ resets. Now retakes his lead. JJ comes set. The delivery. Lined. Right at the shortstop, Manzo. It's going to fall on the ground, but he'll have plenty of time to tag second and throw across the diamond to Smiley for the double play. So that erases the error by Austin Davis. Quickly, there are 2 down with nobody on for Mudville as the Scorpions last inning were able to get a massive rally going with 2 outs, and they'll look to try to do it again. This is outside for a ball. This is the 10-hitter Lindskog. Struck out and walked in his only 2 at-bats today. Here's the pitch from Lucido. Just misses hitting him up and in. As I've mentioned multiple times tonight, Lindskog may have one of the best bats in this game. That blue Marucci that he goes to work with. Swung on and missed for a strike. Lucido goes into that vintage style windup and delivers. Strike. Bring the count to 2-2 on the right-handed batter Lindskog. Lindskog was stranded at third back in the 5th inning, looking to start this up with 2 outs. Lucido goes into the windup. Here's the pitch. This one's crushed, but going to be foul over the scoreboard. Rattles off the top of the building and rolls into somebody's backyard. That's a free souvenir for one lucky homeowner. What'd you say? Here's the pitch from Lucido. Fouled off and it'll be spoiled again. All right. The 2-2 pitch from Lucido to Lindskog. Swung on and missed for a strike 3. 7 strong innings from Mudville 9 pitcher J.J. Lucido. We have a tie ball game as we head to the 8th. We'll be right back. It's crunch time. Welcome back to Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island, where we have a 2-2 ball game as we head to the top of the 8th. Leading off for Mudville this inning is manager Matty Borges, who's 0 for 3 on the night.
What is your number?
Count is quickly 0-1. Due up this inning is Matt Borges, Andrew Smiley, and Joe Michael. That pitch is going to be outside for a ball to bring the count to 1-1. Matty, the 2008 Sunset League MVP. That was a long time ago, but he still finds barrels in this league like the best of them. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 2. Finds himself in the hole 0-2. He uses that black dovetail carbon fiber bat, switched from his yellow dovetail bat from earlier in the game. Here's the pitch. Check swing. And they will say that he did go on that. He was looking to get out of the way of that pitch, and I didn't think the barrel left his shoulder, but home plate umpire Ronaldo says it sure did. Well, that brings up Andrew Smiley to face the new Scorpions pitcher, Tyler Real. Tyler making his 6th appearance on the season, the first 5 being in the regular season. He threw 13 innings with a 3.77 ERA. A very good whip of 1.15. 22 strikeouts in 13 innings to only 6 walks. So Tyler's definitely a guy that pounds the zone. Only let up 2 extra base hits all regular season, as this one swung on and missed by Andrew Smiley. I just want to remind everybody to consider coming down to our 2026 George Donnelly Sunset League Hall of Fame induction ceremony, Saturday, August 22nd from 5 to 10 p.m. at Portsmouth Portuguese American Citizens Club, located in Portsmouth, Rhode Island. Tickets are $25 per person. There will be catered food and a cash bar. The pitch. Crushed. Right field. This is way back. Way back. It's off the Jersey Mike sign. Smiley's going to stop at first, halfway to second, and he'll go back for the longest single you will ever see. That ball was crushed. Just misses leaving this ballpark by about 5 feet off the Jersey Mike sign for a 90-foot single that went 350. That brings up Joe Michael with a man on first and 1 out as his teammates cheer him on from the dugout. Tyler Currier, the Bayou Panda, a.k.a. the Bounty Hunter, coaching third, giving signals. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball swung on and missed. A real tight slider, it looked like to me. 1 down, man on first. 1 hard hit ball this inning. 1 single. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 2 to put Michael in the hole 0-2. Joe Michael's 0 for 3 today. Already has 2 strikeouts in the bag. Now faces an 0-2 count with 1 out. Starting pitcher J.J. Lucido coaching first. Trying to help Smiley get his best lead possible. The pitch from Real. Swung on and missed for strike 3. On a fastball by Tyler Real. Both outs this inning coming via strikeout from the Scorpions relief pitcher. He's the 3rd pitcher of the night. Well, that brings up Josh Albizu, who has a double tonight. 1 for 3 on the night total. He will face a very tough right-hander, and that pitch misses outside for ball 1. Jackson, the Jackshammer Gervais, waits on deck, but for now, it's Albizu. Real comes set. Checks on his runner twice, 3 times. Leg kicks, delivers. Swung on and missed for a strike. Pat Jones started this game. Ben Nowinski came in relief, did an unbelievable job. Now they pass it off to the third pitcher of the night, Tyler Real. Swung on and missed for strike 2. Now he's 1 pitch away from getting his team back into the dugout in a tie ball game in the bottom of the 8th. The 1-2. Swung on and missed for strike 3. That's the 3rd out of the inning as we head to the bottom of the 8th in a tie ball game here in the George Donnelly Sunset League playoffs. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Cardines Field, where we head to the bottom of the 8th in a 2-2 ball game. Back to the top of the order for Snow. Desolates and Murphy all due up this inning, as the new Mudville 9 pitcher is Logan Taylor, making his 5th appearance of the season, 4 of them in the regular season. 3 relief appearances, 1 start, 7 1/3 innings, an ERA of 4.79. 12 strikeouts to 6 walks, as that breaking ball is in there for strike 1 to bring the count even. This is Logan's first year on Mudville, wears jersey number 8, throws upper 80s with a hook. He has one tough task against him as he faces the Scorpions for the first time tonight. That one misses high for a ball to bring the count to 2-1. And we want to thank Commissioner Chris LaRose for all the hard work and dedication he's done. He's been the commissioner of this league since 2009, scheduling games all around Rhode Island, bringing together some of the best talent that New England has to offer in America's oldest or second oldest amateur league that was established in 1919. The pitch outside for a ball to bring the count to 3-1. popped up. This one's going to go out of play to bring the count full. That hit something. Maybe a vehicle, a trash can, a parking security booth, or something similar. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out, snow at the plate. That one misses for ball 4. A leadoff walk for the Scorpions puts them in business. That'll bring up Danny Deslitz. We've seen Danny 3 times tonight. This will be his 4th at-bat, singled in his last at-bat, ended up being stranded on first base. All of those were against Mudville starting pitcher J.J. Lucido, who goes 7 innings, gives up 2 runs, leaves the ball game in a tie ball game. Big lead on first base as this fastball misses inside for ball 1. Fans as far as I can see in each direction. This stadium is packed. A stadium that was built in 1908 recently received a $500,000 federal grant to make the park accessible for everyone. As this one's popped up into left field, Chris Manzo takes charge and makes the catch in shallow left field for the first out of the inning. Three Mudville players were converging on that. That's not an easy play. Chris Manzo takes charge. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a special treat for you. We are joined by Mudville 9 starting pitcher J.J. Lucido, who, as I just mentioned, went 7 innings, gave up 2 runs, threw over 100 pitches. J.J., how's the arm feel?
It feels great. Might have to check in with me tomorrow. You know, the adrenaline pumping, a little ibuprofen, of course, to ease the pain. But I'm feeling pretty good. I felt crisp tonight.
I noticed in the 6th inning, I believe it was, you got the first 2 batters of the inning quickly, and then you had a 4-pitch walk to the 10-hitter, back-to-back infield singles on the left side. How were you able to get out of that jam?
Well, batter at the plate, I think, is one of their best hitters, if not their best. So I had to focus in, just trusting Jake, the catcher. He's amazing back there. I mean, he deserves most of the credit. You always got to recognize your catcher going the distance for you, working hard. I mean, just the blocks, unbelievable, bailing me out. Guys could have advanced easily. Excellent blocking, receiving. Calls a great game. So just bared down and focused up, Just throw the ball, throw strikes.
You were particularly pumped up when you got D1 collegiate player, left-handed batter Quinn Murphy to pop out to Austin Davis at second base. Came out for the 7th. You looked absolutely great. What was the discussion with the manager after the 7th inning about possibly coming out for the 8th?
We have been talking earlier on, there was traffic on the bases, and you got to be cognizant. It's the playoffs, and, you never want to, I'm an Orioles fan. I think back to 2015, 2016, we had Zach Britton in the bullpen. Instead, we put Ubaldo Jimenez in. So you want to be ready to make a decision, but, I started to cruise there a little bit, but 4th time through the lineup, you got to be careful with that. The guys start to see the break and the spin, and you lose some velo. So it wasn't too difficult of a conversation, but it was a good game for me. I'm just hoping we can pull out this win here.
That's Mudville 9 starting pitcher J.J. Lucido joining us live in the booth for a mid-game interview. Thank you very much, J.J. We appreciate you.
Always, man. I appreciate you guys, and shout out, as always, to Chris LaRose.
That's Chris LaRose, our commissioner off to the left, who's been doing this for 17 years, putting together one of the toughest amateur leagues to play in New England. Thank you, JJ, and thank you, Chris, as this pitch is driven to deep right field. Jackson Gervais going back. He makes the catch just in front of the 310 mark, near the goal sign, for the 2nd out of the inning. That was the aforementioned Quinn Murphy who put a charge into that one, nearly got it over the glove of Gervais. That one would have resulted in extra bases, but it was not to be, as that paves the way for his collegiate teammate, Henry Kearns, another unbelievable hitter. The runner goes. Here's the pitch down the dirt. Snap throw by Ferreira. Not in time. A 2-out stolen base for the Scorpions. Now they have the go-ahead run in scoring position with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. What a great call by manager Joe Brooks, who's coaching third base. Relays the signs over to his base runner. He takes off first pitch. And now Ferreira's going to go have a conversation with Logan Taylor on how to handle this, as they want to make sure that they're on the same page, whether it's the first sign, second sign, third sign. They do not want that runner at second base helping out the batter who really doesn't need any help. Handles the business in the box like the best of them. A player that will develop for years to come and has a bright future ahead of him. But for now, he's looking to do one thing and one thing only: drive in his teammate on second base, give his team the lead with only one more opportunity for Mudville, as that one swung on and missed to bring the count to 1-1. One ball, one strike, 2 outs, possible winning run on second base. Here's the pitch. That one misses for a ball. This George Donnelly Sunset League broadcast has been brought to you in part by Sitting Bull Tattoo, located at 136 Thames Street, Newport, Rhode Island. Swung on and missed for strike 2. As I mentioned before, Kearns represents the great city of Warwick, Rhode Island. Local kid made his way up to Maine, hits barrels for days, now finds himself in one of the biggest spots of the season, a tie ball game in the bottom of the 8th. Taylor leg kicks and delivers. Tipped into the catcher's mitt for strike 3. We'll head to the 9th in a tie ball game here live at Cardines Field in downtown Newport, Rhode Island. Welcome back to Cardines Field as we head to the 9th in a 2-2 ball game. Game 1 of the George Donnelly Sunset League playoffs. And we have playoff action for you every night this week. Check our website to see the most up-to-date schedule. We will start with 4 teams. The winner of this matchup will advance to the winner of the other matchup in a final showdown like no other. Here's the first pitch of the inning for Real as Jackson Gervais fouls it off over the wooden bleachers. That one's in there for a called strike to bring the count to 0-2. The 0-2 from Real. That one's going to be outside for a ball. Gervais is 0 for 3 tonight with a couple of strikeouts, reached on an error, was stranded at second base. Can't keep a guy like this down for long, though. The 1-2. That one's going to be in there for strike 3, says home plate umpire Ronaldo for the first out of the inning. That looked like a fastball on the inside corner, knee level, maybe slightly below. As we're back to the top of the order for Austin Davis, the second baseman. We saw Austin range into shallow right field earlier, make a catch on Quinn Murphy with the bases loaded to preserve the 2-2 game. Had the game-winning hit in the elimination game just a couple nights ago. Now finds himself up in the ninth in a tied 2-2 ball game. Austin's the second baseman. He sets the tone of this Mudville offense from the top of the order. Was hit by a pitch earlier in the night to make it 2 consecutive games. That one's going to be up and away for ball 2 to bring the count to 2-0. Chris Manzo waits on deck, but for now it's Davis. That one's going to miss up and away on maybe a slight overthrow by Real to bring the count to 3-0. Now, I'm not sure if Austin has the green light here. If I had to guess, he's going to force him to throw a strike and get the count to 3-1. Here's the 3-0. Low. Ball 4. Austin Davis reaches base again as he discards his protective gear off to the side of the left-handed batter's box, sets up an opportunity for Chris Manzo. Chris Manzo's the shortstop today. He's made a couple of great plays at shortstop. Struck out in his first at bat, reached on a sacrificed his teammate up to second in his second, walked in his third, and grounded into an inning-ending double play his last time. This one's lined down the right field line. This is going to be a foul ball, just barely by maybe a couple feet. Down the right field line near the Cardines scoreboard where there's not much room at all. First base coach Andrew Smiley had to jump out of the way of that one. Well, Manzo steps back in after giving everybody in the stadium a little bit of a scare with that one. Looked like it was going to be extra bases, but it was foul. This one's hit center field. This one's going to be caught by the center fielder for the second out of the inning. Showing off the range out there. Takes a hit away from Chris Manzo. That brings up Harry Archie Zambrano. Left-handed batter. Wears number 99. 0 for 3 on the night with a walk. He did score on that walk, though. Facing Real for the first time tonight. Runner on first, 2 outs. First pitch is up and away for a ball. Mike Castillo waits on deck, anxiously waiting to get up, hoping he has a runner in scoring position for him to go to work. But for now, it's Zambrano. That one misses badly for ball 2 to bring the count to 2-0. Real doesn't work as fast as quite as Nowinski did. Nowinski worked at a lightning fast pace. Real likes to kind of take a walk around the mound a little bit to resettle himself as he sets up for the 2-0 to Zambrano. Outside corner, gets the call for strike 1 to bring the count to 2-1. That's a great pitch. That's a great way to answer back after falling back 2-0 on the very dangerous left-handed hitter. Comes, sets, delivers. Out. Oh, that one's in there for a strike 2. That's not what Harry's looking for on 2-1, but now he's got to fight in a 2-2 count with 2 down. Austin Davis with a big lead off first base. Pitcher comes set and delivers. Check swing. It's going to be outside for ball 3. So Austin Davis will get a little bit of a head start at first base. He'll be going on the pitch. Real comes set. The payoff pitch. Runner goes. Fouled off, and we'll have to do it all over again. The runner will be off again. The payoff pitch. That one's going to be low for ball 4. That'll put runners on first and second for Mikey Castillo. Mikey Castillo, wearing jersey number 0, steps up to the plate. He's got Austin the Hoss Davis, a.k.a. the Nature Boy, on second base in scoring position. Possible winning run. Harry Zambrano on first base, who reached via walk. Sets up a big spot for Mikey as he has to face Tyler Real in Game 1 of the George Donnelly Sunset League playoffs, live from Cardines Field. Leg kicks, delivers. That one's going to bounce in the dirt but not get too far away from the catcher as he made a great block on it to bring the count to 1-0. Tyler Real likes what his catcher puts down. Comes set, checks on his runner at second base, leg kicks, and delivers. This one's going to be inside on Castillo for ball 2. Castillo in a classic best swing or no swing situation. Ferreira waits on deck, but we're a long ways from that. It's Castillo time. Real comes set, checks on his runner, leg kicks, delivers. Ground ball, right side. This is going to be a tough play for the second baseman. It's going to bounce off him and trickle into shallow outfield. Here comes Austin around third. We're going to have a play at the plate. It's going to skip away. Mudville takes the lead. Here comes the throw to third. They will not get Zambrano in time as he advances to third. On the throw from the second baseman, and Mudville takes the lead 3-2. That was a hard two-hopper to the second baseman. It bounces off his thigh, gets into shallow right field, comes up with a great throw to home plate, but skips away from the catcher, and the run scores. Now Ferreira will step in with a man on third. And first. Mikey Castillo on first base. Real comes set. 3-2 ball game, 9th inning. In there for strike 1. That's a great pitch by Tyler Real to answer back to get ahead 0-1. Checks his runner. Mikey Castillo's going to go. No throw by the catcher. It's a straight steal. That's sets up runners on second and third with 2 outs for the future Hall of Famer Jake Ferreira. Real comes, sets. Leg kick. Delivery. Ground ball. Right side. This is going to be a tough play. It's going to be out of his range. 1 run is in. Castillo will be held at third. Ferreira's going to try to take second. He's going to get in a pickle. Mikey Castillo kind of shuffling. And Ferreira's going to get back to first safely. Castillo's out at third base on a great throw. That shuts the rally down, but another run comes in. It's 4-2 Mudville as we head to the bottom of the 9th. We'll be right back from Cardines. Welcome back to Cardines Field here in Newport, Rhode Island, as the score is Mudville 4, Scorpions 2. Last chance for the Scorpions, need 2 to play. Due up this inning is Wilbur, Miller, and DiLorenzo. They will face Logan Taylor, who comes out for his second inning of work. First pitch of the inning misses for a ball. Two teams battling it out. This is a best 2 out of 3 series. So whoever loses game 1 will have to win 2 in a row. That one misses for ball 2, so a good start for the Scorpions. That one's going to be low and away for ball 3. Cam Wilbur batted .286 in the regular season with a .463 on-base percentage and OPS of .912. The 3-0. Misses for ball 4, so a leadoff walk for the Scorpions. That'll bring the tying run to the plate. It's David Miller. Miller's 0 for 3 on the night. So we're going to have a pitching conference by Mudville manager Matty Borges. The entire infield is going to come in and join him. They're going to try to figure out how to get out of this early rally that the Scorpions have. They're in business right now. Tying run steps to the plate. And Joe Brooks is going to take the opportunity to go have a conversation with his batter as well. Home plate umpire Ronaldo will make his way out to the mound to break up this little meeting. David Miller had 12 hits on the season, 11 of them being singles. He's the first baseman tonight. He's gotten a lot of action over there. And he finds himself in a big spot. 2-run ball game, bottom of the 9th. First pitch. In there for a strike from Logan Taylor. The Mudville defense has remained the same all game. Here's the pitch. That one's going to be fouled off to quickly put him in an 0-2 hole. Well, that's a great job by Wilbur, getting the inning going on a 4-pitch walk, not helping Taylor out at all. You most likely will not see him moving over there. Do not want to run into the first out of the inning. It's not a meaningless run, but the big run is the one at the plate. This one's going to miss up and away for a ball, not by much. That's going to bring the count to 1-2. Taylor comes set, checks on his runner, leg kicks, delivers. Swung on and missed for strike 3. For the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Casey DiLorenzo, who was tied for 3rd on his team in RBIs during the regular season. Had 10 walks, batted .171. First pitch of the at-bat is yanked for a ball. The Scorpions refuse to go down quietly. And why should they with this offense that's loaded from top to bottom with talent? Manager Joe Brooks' squad finished with the 2nd seed in the playoffs, or in the regular season to get into the playoffs, as that one's in there for called strike 1. They had the 1st seed until the last regular season game of the year when they fell to the Scorpions to set up this first-round matchup. Here's the pitch. Laced. Right center gap. Nobody's going to get to it. It's going to go all the way to the 321 sign. This is going to be a sliding double. And the Scorpions are in business as the tying run gets to second base with 1 out in the bottom of the 9th. We're going to have a pitching change from Cardines. We'll be right back. This George Donnelly Sunset League broadcast has been brought to you in part by Sitting Bull Tattoo, located at 136 Thames Street. Hit up Dave to get your next tattoo or your first tattoo. The new pitcher for Mudville will be Brendan McCaffrey. 8 appearances during the regular season, 8 1/3 innings, only gave up 1 earned run, ERA of 0.86, 13 strikeouts to 5 walks. The left-hander coming in the biggest spot of the year so far. Tying run is in scoring position. And he'll have to face the left fielder, Prometheus, wearing number 19. A base hit would most likely tie this. First pitch from McCaffrey. Swung on and missed for strike 1. Prometheus batted .289 with a .429 on-base percentage during the regular season. The 0-1. In there for strike 2 to quickly bring the count to 0-2. Prometheus is 0 for 3 on the night. Still dangerous. Had 10 RBIs during the regular season, which puts him in a tie for 3rd place on his team with DiLorenzo and Kearns. He's in good company. In a big spot right now as the count is 0-2. Inside, just misses for a ball to bring the count to 1-2. Not by much, but it surely was a ball. Scorpions hit .274 on the season as a team with a .415 on-base percentage. This one's going to bounce away and skip away. We're going to have a play at the plate. Flip to the pitcher, tags. He's out at the plate. He's out at the plate trying to advance for the second out of the inning. Wilbur's gunned down at the plate on a pass ball by Jake Ferreira. Joe Brooks is going to come down and have some choice words for Ronaldo at home plate. He doesn't like it. He's furious. He's giving Ronaldo the business right now, and I don't blame him. That's a big play at the plate. The score is 4-2 right now. That's a big run gunned down at the plate. Tying run still at the plate. DiLorenzo advances the 3rd on the play. 2 down in the bottom of the 9th. That one's going to be outside for a ball. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2-run ball game. McCaffrey takes a deep breath. He knows he's 1 pitch away from getting the save. McCaffrey comes set, leg kicks, delivers. Fouled straight back into the protective netting, and we'll do it all over again. McCaffrey throws 4 different pitches. Left-handed reliever, best used in a 1-inning role. Looks in for a sign to home plate umpire Ferreira. Comes set, leg kicks, delivers. That one's going to be high for ball 4. Putting the tying run back on second base and the winning run at home plate with 2 outs in the 9th. That makes way for the 9-hitter Dylan Dombro, who's 1 for 3 on the night. Came around to score after singling in his first at-bat. With 1 swing of the bat, he could send everybody on the Scorpions home happy. McCaffrey has other plans as that one swung on and missed for strike 1. He was trying to leave the ballpark with that one. Dylan had 3 RBIs in the regular season. Runner on first will hang. That one misses high for a ball to bring the count to 1-1. It's just a little bit tougher for that runner, Darmbro, to get. No, it's who's on first base, Joe?
That is
Prometheus. I'm very sorry. Makes it a little tougher for Prometheus to get going with the left-handed pitcher. That one's going to go yanked and get to the backstop. He's going to advance to second base, right as I mentioned how difficult it was to do, and now they are right back to where they were before. Tying run in scoring position with 2 outs. And the runner on third base wisely does not go home. And if you're wondering who I was talking to, just off to my right is the great Joe Meyer, who has decided to jump in and help out tonight. He's been my right-hand man all night. And we want to thank you, Joe, coming in with that clutch data when we need it the most. McCaffrey comes set and delivers. Popped up, right side. This is going to be a tough play. 3 Mudville players running after it. Austin Davis sets it. He's going to fall to the ground and make the catch for the final out of the game. He's on the ground in pain right now. Not sure what exactly went down out there, but he's in pain as his team will run out to check on him. The base umpire signaled out. Austin Davis is still down. Every single Mudville player has left the dugout to check on him. And he's still down in pain. Base umpire says it was the final out of the game. Held it in his glove all the way down. Mudville will celebrate, but maybe not celebrate too hard, as Austin will hop up under his own power and go for a walk, holding that left wrist very gingerly. A very loud ending to this dramatic game that came right down to the wire. Multiple times in the 9th inning, the Scorpions had the tying run in scoring position. Just missed tying this ball game by 1 hit. McCaffrey comes in and closes the door. Gets his first save of the postseason, as the teams will line up and shake hands. And we'll be right back with more post-game coverage in a brief moment. This George Donnelly Sunset League broadcast has been brought to you by Sitting Bull Tattoo, located at 136 Thames Street in Newport, Rhode Island. You've got a story, so why hide it? At Sitting Bull Tattoo, you can turn your ideas into bold, custom ink that looks incredible today and for years to come. Whether you're getting your first tattoo or adding to your already amazing collection, Dave takes the time to bring your vision to life. Clean lines, vivid detail, and a look that's unmistakably you. Hit up Dave at Sitting Bull Tattoo this week and book your appointment. Sitting Bull Tattoo, where your story takes shape.